Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Papa Dead and Outfitters here with a special episode. As you can see, I'm not alone, but that is not Toucan to my left, or my right, or however you want to call it. Unless Toucan has shaved and grown. No, we're here with Sal Z Monster Zuniga, Lieutenant Colonel Sal Zuniga, if you will. Thank you very much for joining us. We are here for a very special, very specific reason. A little bit of it is self-serving for me to give an announcement about myself, and then the rest of it we can go ahead and pass over to you, sir. But there we go. Brad Beaver says, "What's going on, Sal?"
Hey, awesome. Hey, Brad, what's going on? On the other podcast the other night. They're like, yeah, I'm a cook in the Army. Now you've outed me, so I got to know me.
Sorry. It's something. It obviously that's something to be be proud of.
I was a 91 or was it a 97 Sierra Lima 40. I was an in-flight missile repair tech. No, no. Still all the airsoft valor. Okay, so. First off, hey guys, I'm Sal Zuniga. I'm the Chief of Staff for Third Coast Airsoft, if you don't know me. Been in the business since the year of our Lord, 1999. Started hosting games with Third Coast Airsoft in 2009. I had to be told that we were the second oldest event producer in the country after Lion Claws. Thank you, John Liu, for the huge compliment. Hang on, I got to get rid of my distracted co-host here. All right.
Yeah, he'll do
there
that.
There we go. Yeah. Before she decides to start her OnlyFans career right now, and you see Black Cat's butthole. Anyways, so we've been hosting games since 2009, and it's been getting better and better. And so one of our hallmarks was to bring more mill to the sim, as Snick, my chief of logistics and operations, has always said. How do we evolve the game and make it more military simulation based? And the player base has been evolving. And I think Crossbones is the result of a lot of player feedback, a lot of what players have been asking for. Hey Sal, I don't want to be guarding an intersection for 4 hours. I want to get in the fight. So most of our normal game mechanics were 3, 2, 1 game on, and there was a maneuver box. Mm-hmm. You had 6 to 9 objectives, all of them instrumented with a iPad with our own proprietary app, Cerberus Milsim system. And in real time, the commander, he's over in his command post, he could see in real time losing an objective, gaining an objective, and it would count every second. As a victory point. A lot of imitation out there, which is great. That's the purest form of flattery. Seeing other folks start where we started and come up with their own systems. We think that's awesome because we're players too. We want to go to games like that. We want to get high on our own supply, so to speak. I'm going to get a phone call later. Surgery analysis tomorrow morning. So it was awesome. We started off with a couple of designs, Game Mechanics, Godfather, and Dallas, Marco Remius. Those two guys got together and really put together an app that was very similar to Blue 4 Tracker or FBCB2. If you know what I'm talking about, you're old. It's time to get that colonoscopy appointment. Anyways, and so we brought that over to Airsoft, and it was an opportunity to see. We're constantly expanding on the Cerberus Milsim system. But what it does at its base level is allows commanders, airsoft commanders on the field to see how their side's doing in real time. And then it gives players in real time, just like they would be playing Battlefield, the video game, go in there, go to the MCOM, change the point to their side, and cap the point, so to speak.
Nice. Yep.
Which is great. Our old format still works. We're going to do it at Serious Viking. 3, 2, 1, game on, turn the box on, let the two sides execute their strategy and their plan. You've got guys in the command post doing tactical chess. You've got players pulling triggers, playing checkers. It's awesome. We've done that at Milledgeville. We've done that at the Crossbones, AO Crossbones, AO Bones. We've done that for Bone Strike 6, Bone Crusher 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to the next chapter of Crossbones, or the next chapter of Bone Crusher. And because damn it, there were times where we'd be standing, and you haven't been there yet. You'll see the Valley of Death. You'll stand there in the Valley of Death and go, I can't believe Sal's making me fight in here. This is epic. This is so epic. Because we've had 2 Bone Crushers where each side had their opportunity to defend the valley, and the other side had to come down and cross the valley under fire. And it was like, man, there's going to be an epic firefight here. And the first time we did it, Western did not defend the Valley of Death. They pulled back into the close terrain, and we were like, there should have been a battle here.
I'm going to pause you real quick. I'm going to jump our other co-host in real quick here. You finally stopped his computer issues.
Hey,
there we go.
It's
right.
Weiner.
That's right. One and only.
So I apologize for stopping your flow there, but
no worries.
Continue on.
Dude, I still have that patch. It's on my patch wall.
Yeah, I just got the next run. Good.
So, and then the next time we did Bone Crusher, it was Eastern's turn to defend the Valley of Death and Western's turn to cross the Valley of Death. And Eastern, I give Kent Jones a lot of credit, man. He played a disinformation campaign to the T, where Western thought they were going to have to fight their way like Omaha Beach style across that valley.
Yep.
And they were so ready for it. And they were like, okay, this is going to be Dog 1, and this is Fox Lane, and they had breach lanes established. They were dropping forces behind enemy lines to kind of develop the battlefield to get up and out of that valley. And man, 3-2-1 game on, Kent pulls Eastern into the close terrain. He on purpose, whereas Western did it accidentally in Bone Crusher 1. Eastern was like, no, we're going to plan this. And he pulled them back into pre-established engagement areas. Weiner, my God, it was awesome watching you guys. We're like,
I was one of the late ones running up, and I remember running up, and then because I was helping a newer player bring him up to the front, and then I remember pulling back into the wooded area back there.
Yeah.
That was up on it was awesome.
You guys handed them their ass for the first 90 minutes. The only guy, and you guys crushed their forward drop elements. So their soft guys, their Ripper, their Darby guys were literally like destroyed in this Oreo of death and destruction. And the line companies couldn't get they got off the beach, but they got stuck in like the bocage, man. It was kind of like it was kind of like Normandy, where you guys you stuck them in the hedgerows. And it was just like walking into the command posts. It was amazing to watch, because Western's like, we're in this buzzsaw, but it's not where we thought it was going to be. And Eastern's like launching drones and checking the battlefield with their drones. And they're like, we got them right where we want them. And I was like, you guys did this on purpose? And I walk over to the admin talk, and you got Dallas and Godfather in there, and they're like, dude, one guy was playing checkers, the other guy was playing chess. And the sad thing, though, among the staff was we didn't have a fight in the Valley of Death. We're like, so that's kind of caused us to go back to the drawing board and go, all right, how do we change the game to make it where players were like, I really wanted to fight here, Sal, and I really wanted to slam over here. I'm like, yep.
And there's the unanswered question right there. I'm going to jump in just real quick.
Sure.
Like a lot of guys, and you have experienced this already with the introduction of Crossbones, is the why. People asking the why. TCA games are good enough. This one's different than this one. This one's different than this one. Well, they're different in such a way, but ultimately they're very similar, which is also good. You know what to expect when you go to a TCA game.
Right.
And then you've got the guys, on one side who are like, man, I get there, and guys are just playing around and they're off for themselves or what have you. And then there's guys like, guys like, oh, I like being able to go because I can do this or that. But there's that one thing in the middle, right there in the middle that might be missing. And when I first heard about it, I equated it to, like, when I was in, I used to hate when I was in service. I used to hate when they would say, okay, at such and such time, you're going to meet at such and such location, and there's going to be a battle, and I'm like, that's not proper training. I'm never going to know where they are.
Right.
But conversely, something like this, if you can organize where the battle is and you can put the people in the best spot where they'll have the best time and the right amount of people, because I've been to TCA events where great spot, great fight, nobody's there, or
Right.
50
Not
against
there, nobody's there,
3.
yep.
Or I mean, Dom won his TCA patch because it was 1 on like 25, and he got the objective. But it's cool when that happens. It's a great story. But when you got a straight up 45-minute fight to the, I mean, tooth and nail, 50 on 50 or 100 on 100 or whatever it might be, and that fight's going and it's in the right spot where you can take that cover. And if you can control and make that happen, I guarantee everybody that attends this thing is going to come back with more stories than they've ever had before, because that's how the stories are made.
Yeah, those great moments in airsoft history. So, you know, and what gets me is we have those moments when we go to the force on force games, because, you know, you've got 7 or 8 objectives out there, and you're trying, you know, the funny part is you have one commander, you have the commanders in the talks, and you guys have seen this. Good answer, Werewolf.
Yep.
You want to do that. You want to do that.
Yes.
So you had the guys in the command posts, and back in the old days, you know, being in the service, you as a private, you didn't dare go into the command post. You know, some senior NCO would run your ass out of there. Get out of here. You're here to drink my coffee. Get the fuck out. You know. Well, it's kind of very different in Third Coast. We're like, hey, have you stopped by the command post lately?
Yep.
You know, how do you think you're doing? And we're getting our shit kicked. You know, well, hey, go stop by the command post real quick and go look at the screen. And they go in there and they go, man, we're doing great. Yeah, how about that? You know, and it kind of changes folks' mentality when they're like, well, I'm just here to run around and do what I want. And then they're like, I haven't seen shit going on. Well, go to the command post and stick your head in there and find out where the fight is.
Yeah.
And then they do that and they go, oh, damn. Now I know where to go. Good, Yogi, get out there.
We try to help guys understand that, yes, you bought the ticket to attend. So whether it's a Thunderdome, like we were just saying, which is a great fun game, or you know, whatever it is, yeah, you paid for that ticket. So you are allowed to do whatever you want because it's your money, your ticket, absolutely. But remember, you came with a team to be part of a team. And I promise, and I say this so many times, that if it may not be about the win, sure, we don't all have to fight for the win, but if you immerse yourself and you actually play for the win, it still have sportsmanship and all that, you know, don't be too serious, you will have more fun than if you try to lone wolf it and do your own thing, because you're never going to have those great moments. You might have a cool moment, but you'll never have the great moments where you had 15 of you bounding, cover fire, and where both sides end up high-fiving because it was so awesome.
So classic example, Tom Sizemore's character in the movie Heat, all right? They're leaving the bank. He's running off by him. He knew he wasn't a team player because he was running a Galil, and the other two guys were running fours, okay? So you automatically knew that's not a team player. He's going to get killed. The other two guys got away with the cash. Tom ate one to the face. But sorry, I love movie references. I can't do graphic sexual. I can't do graphic sexual references. Yeah, I cannot use graphic
so often though.
Yeah, I can't use graphic sexual references because I'm not around privates. That's how you back in the day. That's how you got their attention. Like safety brief for the weekend. Don't add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. If you fight, you better win. I'll see you on Monday. Anyways, so and we've posted all of the fights for Crossbones on our blog. So when people go, wonder what I'm doing. Well, you could go to thirdcoastairsoft.com, go to the news tab, and the top story is what is Crossbones. And it runs them through every mission. Now, at the time, I hadn't put who was tan, what Alpha Alpha was tan, what Alpha Alpha was west, or excuse me, eastern. But trust me, the Warno 1 that went out has the initial set. But just talking about Warno 1, because I talked to Craig White before I got on here earlier. I always talk to the lawyer, always. Battle 1, you have a fight starting from the northeast. You have a fight to seize a 3-story building, Objective Rat. Then you have Objective Fox, which is the Sallyport, the West Sallyport. So the guys who've been there know that that's the construction yard. That's not an easy fight. I mean, you've seen it, Weiner.
Oh yeah.
That Western Sallyport where all the rolls of fencing and the little gatehouse. I mean,
I've been involved in many of fights over in that area too, and loved every bit of it. Especially when you come up to a fence there and look down the one hill, and there is all of Western starting to come up the hill. I go back, grab 3 guys. I said, on count of 3, we just raked the hill.
That's when that one guy who's had the machine gun. He's like, I can't go in the building. Great, park your ass here, aim down the hill. And then you have Objective Dog, which is the gymnasium out in the wood line. So right off the bat, you're going to be fighting over a 3-story building, a gatehouse, Sallyport, and then another building out in the woods. So, and that's not talking about the bridge that you guys got to go blow up with live explosives. And the other side is going to try to keep you from blowing the bridge up. And then there's, staff provided guerrilla force that is trying to defend a hillside that Eastern may or may not go after. And that's just battle 1. And so battle 2 is completely different. You're coming from the field. You're coming at the field a different direction.
For those of you who check the ticker out, I just added the, this is what Sal's talking about. I think this is what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Go and read that whole blog right there. It gives you a whole layout of the AO, which I've never been to. I've never been to Milledgeville yet, so this is gonna be a new.
I know.
You're gonna love it. Yeah, you're gonna love it.
It's all uphill. All uphill.
For most of you, I won't be doing that.
I can do it. You can do it.
I will ride on your back, Weiner. That's what the Exo is for.
Oh yeah, that's like Chaos 6 and 7. Yeah.
Right.
I'll be like Yoda on Luke right there. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing.
And so the great thing is the battles you see on Saturday, we're going to flip field on Sunday. So if you came in from the west on Saturday, get ready because come Sunday morning, you're coming from the east. We're going to flip. The one thing you cannot do in a milsim game is flip field. Because you're trying to keep the same scenario, and the only guerrilla force is this guy. Apes strong together. So the ability to have a game style where we can change the AO, we can flip Russia and Ukraine. All right, let's try it like this now, and you give the other side an opportunity to see the field in the same event. That's awesome. Especially when guys are like, man, I really want to be able to attack this hill. Okay, hey man, take a look. Come Sunday morning, we're flipping the field. Of course, our mechanics are still there. Something like the aid bags, the medic bags. You got to have those because that way players can regen forward, just like in real life. You'd have an aid station. Rotate guys, get them back in the fight. And also, what people don't realize is those aid bags keep people with their leadership. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you see them walk into the alpha, and you go, "Where are you going, guy?" Well, I'm going to go respawn. Well, you could have done that right here. And they're like, "Oh, that's where all of a sudden they plug into their leader." It's
multi-purpose too. You know that if a guy has to walk all the way back to spawn, he's only going to do that a couple of times before he's it for that's it for that Evo or for that day for them. Sometimes some guys just don't want to participate in that level. So you add that element, keep them at the front line by here's your full respawn. Here you go. Stay in the game. We got you covered.
Yeah. And then now they're like, all right. And I laugh because you got players that just keep dying all the time. Like that one guy's like, well, I don't have any tourniquets. So he keeps coming back to the medic bag and you're going through IVs and you're like, hey dude, why aren't there any tourniquets on your arms? Oh, I don't have any. And they're running out your medic bags. You're like, Weiner's like, I want to kill him,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But what I love about it is we're bringing back. If people are looking at the next Bone Crusher, Hellspawn Kitty, yes. First off, cool name as my cat's running around. But you're absolutely right. The other half is it gives us a chance to reset the AO. So for the next Bone Crusher, whenever we get to do that one, you're looking at, I've seen this hill multiple different directions. I've seen the game play in multiple different ways. We've also, if you don't realize it, we're play testing. You guys are, we're moving, as we move alphas around, we're getting to see what worked, what didn't, what players really liked.
And you'll see inadvertently have a one side stronger than the other, just simply geographically, and you may not be able to see it until the gameplay happens. You get bottlenecks that didn't appear to be there before. Absolutely.
Yeah, because players, man, I'll tell you what, 9 times out of 10, when we expect the faction to do a certain thing, just like we saw the last 2 Bone Crushers, we were amazed on how the strategy was just way, like, completely outside the box. Giving ground to slaughter the other side to exhaust their medic bags. Like, that's some upper level, like, Sun Tzu level shit. That's not something you generally saw at Stonebreaker or at Iron Dagger. So guys were attacking this differently. A friend of mine just messaged me. He was like, "Did you really write a game using the Battle of the Chosen Reservoir as your inspiration?" Yes. This terrain, very much. If you go to map.army and put it in terrain mode, and then go compare it to only because we did a battle study of the Chosen Reservoir years ago. You look at all the switchbacks and the hills and all the weird trails. I was like looking at it going, I've seen this before. And lo and behold, I was like, this could be interesting in terms of using a real life battle as a model. So definitely got that in here. So if anybody's looked at the book by Hampton Sides on Desperate Ground, go get the audiobook.
Reading through it, talking to you about it previously, what I'm seeing, because as you're talking, if somebody's not paying close attention, or they tuned in late or anything like that, you're not catching the big differences, because some of what you're saying can be gleaned to say, oh well, they do that at anywhere. It can be done. Yeah. Sure, some things can be done. So, really, to clarify a couple of things, you're not just doing, you're not getting pre-deploy. It's not just regular pre-deploys like we found, like at Stonebreaker or any of those. These are guys that are getting info early on. It's all guided. Every piece of this is guided so that you get the full experience. Even if your guys aren't capable, you're giving them so everybody gets this full experience.
Right.
That is the key. Like I said, like before we came on, I was mentioning if you want to try to get the idea of what this is, take any TCA, pretty much any TCA event you've been to, right? That kind of game, which for me is Milsim, because I was in the Army. I don't want military simulation with just airsoft guns. I'd rather airsoft that simulates the military.
Right.
But and certainly nothing wrong with any company that puts on an event. This is not against anybody doing anything. This is just the next layer. This is that, okay, you want to play this way. You don't want this piece. So how do we find that, for lack of better phrasing, gray area, that spot in between where everybody gets a chance to do this and this, but right there in the middle without anybody going, oh, this, I'm all done with this. Because that's not what's happening here.
Right.
It's a great idea that's introduced to get everybody going. Man, I never got a chance to get over to that part of the AO, or I didn't get to have that kind of fight. Or now you're guaranteed that.
Yes.
That's what's awesome.
So, like I said, there's 31 flavors of airsoft events, right? Go try them all. You're going to find a couple that you really like. You're going to find some that really ain't your speed. But again, if I really wanted to do Milsim, I'd have you do gate guard and the shit burning detail. Stir it and then light it. Anyways, sorry. All right. The Godfather's like, oh, I got some Milsim for him. I'm like, guard mount and all that jazz. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh Jesus.
Thank you.
He goes, we'll do tier 10 operations. I'm like, oh God. I don't want to be patrolling. Okay, so interesting you say that. Okay, let's go down that, right? I'm looking at Battle 3, which is the hook. If guys are looking at it, mop the rain. Hey, go sweep the motor pool. There's some freaking Milsim. All right, so I've gone too far. Okay.
Yeah, no, come on, man. Give me PTSD over that one.
Yeah, you got to pick up all the trackpad on the ground. Anyways, all right, so
that was never in, but that was still cringe.
Yeah, it's like mopping in the rain, bro. So Battle 3, the hook, right? It's an hour and a half fight. So that's 90 minutes, right? no recon phase. So both sides are starting at alphas, right? There's one objective in a 3-story building, another one that's in our glorious southern parking lot. Yeah, thanks.
There we go.
So that southern parking lot is a ridge line, by the way. So it says Sarah there. And I think, Weiner, you've had a pretty good firefight at Sarah.
Yeah, we're right where Wendy. Well, Wendy was there in the back of that building, inside that building
was.
there. So the firefight out that back door there, was insane. Loved every minute of it. That was swapping mags. Hey, I'm out of ammo. Here, take my bag. It was bad. It was awesome.
But you probably had like a 12-man squad.
Inside.
And you were going up against Baker Company, which had about 40.
Yep.
And you guys were supposed to like penetrate their defense. I was like, ooh, woof. So in this case, you've got a 3-story building in the north as an objective. You got Sarah, which is that ridge line right there at the South Sally Port, and then you have Lori, which is kind of in the woods, but not really.
There's that structure right there. Yep.
Yeah, and then you've got 2 battle positions in the west that are more or less in trench lines. So tell me how you don't have something for everybody there.
Right.
And of course, if you signed up for special units, you sign up for line units, your commanders have got to throw meat at the grinder. So, if I was a commander, I'd throw 2 companies, 80 players at Nora. I would throw probably 40 at Lori. I would put probably another 60 over at BP1, so that way they could push BP2 and Sarah. That's just me looking at it with the numbers I know. So that means you're going from the wood line to urban. If you're on the far outside from the west and you're pushing into the east, you're going to start out in the woods and you're going to end up somewhere in a building. If you're attacking buildings, you're going to be like heading uphill and trying to get inside an urban complex. Man, I mean, sniper's delight either way. Machine gunner delight either way. Notice, your commander may say, hey, I need you guys to stop and secure the road real quick. Yeah, but you're going to be doing that under fire. There's no dull moments in Battle 3, and that's 90 minutes. That's an hour and a half long.
I think one of the nice things you'll have here is in almost any event you go to, there's guys like, dude, I never got to the buildings, or all I ever did was stay in the buildings. I never got to fight in the woods. And again, I know that some of that has to do with command, but you're supplementing that a little bit as well,
right,
to ensure people don't have that. There's going to be some people, I don't want to fight in the woods. Well, you know what? How do you know?
How do you know?
Go give it a shot, because some of the best firefights I've ever had were in the woods. Cutting corners, breaching, things like that in a building. Some guys that gets their balls pumping. Great, good for you. But you know what? Maneuvering through the woods, trying to creep, trying to crawl, stay low, take a shot, duck down, move across a tread. Oh my God. For me, that's an amazing thing as well. Give them both a shot, and you're giving them that opportunity.
Yeah. So go to Battle 4. When guys go, is there going to be night play? Okay. Is that Battle 4?
Battle 4, Evening Switchblade.
Ooh, I changed that one. I changed that one based on. I actually sent it to you on Facebook, the latest one.
Did you? Let me take that one up.
Yeah, and see you pull that one up. That one's old. We got a lot of player feedback on what they wanted to see, what they liked from Bone Crusher and Bone Strike, and for the night game, just for the night game, the guys were like, you've been to events where, the night game doesn't count, right? Like, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I got it. Everybody's at Buffalo Wild Wings, but
Oops.
So Switchblade, Evening Switchblade, man. We decided to condense the field. Again, you can do that with these kind of ops because every battle's different.
Sorry. Bring it up.
There you go. There you go. So, that's the night game. Like, you're not moving around that. You're there's just enough wood line to keep you occupied, like to maneuver. But Weiner, what are your thoughts on this one, man?
Oh, moving everybody up out of Were you talking the actual? I saw the red line, but you're talking moving back up into the structures at night.
Yeah.
I'm like all for it. The firefights
Yeah.
are going to be insane.
And we're going
to
to be popping flares. We're going to be illuminating the hell out of this.
It's like a huge tier 1.
Yeah. Which again,
a flare fight, get this. The sky is bright, and all of a sudden it starts to dim, and at that last moment, you're like, "Do I see them?" and then it's dark again.
And that's when the BB goes zip.
Yep.
So
that's usually me. That's me getting hit in the forehead like they did a Thunderdome.
Yeah.
And then during this time, one side will have to move. Ooh, Brenda Kelly. Yeah, man, let's talk about that here in a minute. Starburst directly influenced this Battle 4. Starburst directly, the last Starburst 13 directly influenced what Battle 4 is here. Let's move the fight into the city and see what happens. War of the Rats kind of thing. Yeah, Chris, I'm right there with you. Battle 4 is going to be very dope because it brings the fight where players want to be. Not to mention you guys are all sore and tired from walking all damn day. So we figured we'd shorten it in the places you guys want to be. And the illumination is going to be good. We're going to illuminate the hell out of it with flashing strobes and flares. Again, one objective is in the building. Another one is in that little building. Mary is our favorite place where Wendy was last year. And Cindy's out in the parking lot on the ridge line. Eastern, start looking at how you're going to maneuver. Western, start looking at how you're going to maneuver.
There's a key thing right there. Some people may not matter to them. I'm just reading. No recon phase. No one's from the alpha.
Yeah, no one's forward starting. Everyone's starting from the alpha.
Nice.
Yeah, that's maybe more than some people realize. That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Cole Payne.
Yeah, good old Cole.
But more importantly, I think I educated everyone who asked me about those. I was like, just know that when you're buried in a prison grave, you're normally buried vertically, not horizontally.
Space.
You save space, and you don't want to go in one of those holes as things decompose.
No, because they're soft ground. You got it roped off, but even though areas are roped off, there's still stuff outside the markers.
Yeah, and of course, the registry was like, hey, you can have guys maneuver through here. I'm like, yeah, okay, no, thanks.
Rather not.
At least
rather not.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And go to. If you notice, Battle 5 and Battle 1 are the same, except the side switched. So now you have Western starting in the north, Eastern starting in the south.
I'm gonna
yeah
for a second.
So 5 and 1 are the same battle, except you're flipping field. So now,
Okay.
that
is, yeah.
Yeah. So the guys on Western were like, "Man, we defended a bridge, or we had to blow up a bridge." Well, don't worry. Or Eastern had to blow up a bridge. Sunday morning, Western's going to get their chance. Eastern's got to defend it.
So explain. So you got Eastern friendly guerrillas deploy at CAT for defense.
Yes, way out in CAT. That is an admin-controlled guerrillas. That's not players.
Okay.
So we're gonna put some admin AdCon Op 4 that's supporting Eastern, and we're going to put them out there at CAT. If Western, or do me a favor, go to Battle 1. We'll start with Battle 1.
Thank you, by the way, Andrew. I appreciate that. I'm actually going to throw that up, a little self-serving here. I appreciate that.
Hey, dude, I've seen you command, and let me tell you, I had a blast when you were wearing the whole white suit, white linen suit with the freaking fedora. I was like, yeah, dude, if we lose to the drug lord, that is a worthy loss. That is such a worthy loss.
Your face, by the way, the first time you saw the sledgehammer was priceless for me. Not to derail this.
Are you really? Here you go. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So
not to derail us, but
All right. So battle 1, right? Coming right out the gate on Saturday morning. You've got the guerrilla fighters out on Cat. Western's got to make
quick for some folks that may not. So when you're saying these are staff folks that are they're guerrilla fighters, so they're not traditional military, and they are if it says friendly to a particular side, they are aligned with that side, but they're not part of your team.
Yeah, they're not going to crawdad and shoot the wrong side. They're there to support their brothers on in this case Western. Okay. The reason why I went with an admin controlled guerrilla unit is because those guys can sit on the side of a hill and do exactly what I tell them to do. Okay. I don't want players doing that. I want them to do it. Now, this is a pro tip. Okay. Notice, Jax.
I'm sorry.
Western needs to defend a bridge called Sioux. Okay. All right. In order to properly defend a bridge, one needs to control both sides of the bridge. Otherwise, it's going to get blown up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if I was a Western unit, I probably want to tie into some friendlies. Oh, wait, there's some friendlies to the west of Sioux at Objective Cat.
Yep.
I would probably want to tie into those friendlies to make sure that they like move forward a little bit and cover my western side of the bridge.
And to understand that is if Eastern's deployed here at Sioux and they never make their way over to Cat, they don't send a unit or anything over to Cat, those guys aren't coming to help if we don't go get them.
Right.
That's basically what it. So they're there. They're an asset, but we got to go acquire the asset.
Right. So if you ignore them, let's say in this battle 1, Eastern has got to blow up the bridge. Well, Coach is going to come over. Coach is going to give you guys the clackers for the pyro to blow up the bridge at Sioux. Okay. Well, if Western never ties in with the guerrilla force, oh, hold on. I made this PowerPoint. Has to be in Hispanic. The type gorillas. Yes. Anyways, apes stronger together. Okay. So if you don't tie in with friendlies, or in this case, Eastern comes down and Eastern's not paying attention to their flank, well, here comes the guerrilla force that's going to start slapping right into Eastern.
Yep.
I can just see chaos trying to attack to blow up Sioux, and all of a sudden you're like, who the hell are these guys wearing flannels coming off the hill? Well, they're not there for your your charming personality. So that works both ways. So Sunday morning, you guys are defending the bridge. You might want to go talk to the guerrillas on the west side of the river and go, hey, can you guys cover our left? Sure.
I'm listening.
I don't know. Werewolf's like, better listen up, Papa. I know where chaos is going.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So, and look at where the alpha is for Western in relation to where the bridge is. Again, going back to the Battle of Chosin Reservoirs, a little bit of history there. The Funchilin Pass is what it is. Anyways, so those guerrilla forces, the reason why we have them as admin controlled is you'll see that again at another TCA op. Not at Serious Viking. You'll probably see it at Iron Fury, where you're going to want to acculturate the friendly guerrilla unit's assistance. Guerrilla. Anyways, all right.
He's got to come. No, he's got to drive for work tomorrow. Don't.
Oh yeah.
He's picking
Yordy's going to pass out. He's going to sleep great. Okay. Can the faction opposing Cat basically Cat? Okay, hold on. A great question here. Okay. Yep. Cat. Can he keep the other faction from acquiring their help? No. Okay, so Brendan, that force is going to always support that side for that fight. Okay, they're Western guerrillas. Okay, and you already just took a shot. Okay, no, this phase, those guerrillas are only going to support Western, whether they ever link up or not. There are multiple ways to link up with somebody. Anyways,
got it. Okay.
Sunday morning, they're your forces. Yeah, you see the guys in flannel? They're now your side. They now support your side. They're not going to run off, and
exactly
they're not going to run off.
Just change Eastern and Western. That's
right.
This is Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
Because airsofters will just see guys in civilian clothes and just shoot them all.
Yep.
And so you kind of gotta make sense of it all, and you got to keep it simple. Okay, but yeah, Brendan, you're thinking as if they're going to airsoft and change sides. They're not. During that phase, they are that side's guerrilla force. So yeah, never. Okay. And so guys don't realize that when we do stuff at Third Coast, you're seeing an evolution. You're going to see this again at another op. We tried something at Iron Fury many years ago. Didn't quite like what we got, but we know a lot more now than we did before. So Iron Fury in January is going to be much better, more better, with admin-controlled guerrilla forces, admin-controlled NPCs. I think that's the term I'm looking for. So yeah. Let's see. Battle 2, only because I talked with Craig White. You notice where Cindy is, where like Lori and Nora.
Yep. Up in the
if the bridge hasn't been destroyed, if Chaos hasn't destroyed Sue by the end of Battle 1, it's still there. So you still got that bridge to deal with. The guerrillas are where now? They're at Sarah. So you're moving up, you're moving forward. If Chaos is still in the valley, you guys have had a lot of fun. If you're in the valley, by the way. Now, Western, how do you hold Cindy? Lori's on the wrong, Lori is on the backside of a building. That's going to be fun. And then Nora's inside a building on the second floor. And if anybody's ever been in that north building knows right about where, and that because of a tier 1 mission, they know exactly where that Nora was going to be because Coach is an evil bastard. So, you're going to have to maneuver through an urban area to get to where you need to be. Yordi, I see you've already had a few shots.
Yes.
Where did you say Iron Fury was going to be again? 45 minutes north of Durham, North Carolina. Thanks, Werewolf. You got it out of me. So, again, what I love about Crossbones is it's going to give players exactly what you said, what they want, where they want it.
One of the cool things, and I want to, again, it's been probably 15 minutes since we addressed it, so to throw it out there again for anybody else. Some people might be seeing this going, you're giving away battle plans almost. They're looking at this going, I know where everybody's going to be. Yes, that is almost the key.
Do you? Am I?
You don't know what each side is going to do with this information. You just know that these are the objectives.
So I'll blow your mind here if anybody was thinking that. Okay. Mm-hmm. At the end of the weekend, we still total the objective points. So there's going to be a laptop or a tablet at Cindy, Lori, Nora, whatever the hot objectives are for that. Right. So you blow up Sue, you get 5,000 points. You overrun the enemy's forward command post, you get 5,000 points. If you're able to go to the power boxes, the circuit breaker boxes at Cindy, Lori, or Nora, and change them to your side, they're counting every second for your side. Okay, go back to Battle 1, because one of the commanders asked me this earlier. I won't say which side. Okay, what if your commander says, fuck Sue, the hell with Cat, I'm going to go for dog, fox, and rat. Okay, we said this phase is, I don't know, hour and a half long. Okay, I have to go back and look at the time. Okay. So what if a commander says, I'm only going for those 3. The hell with everything else. Okay. And he puts 15K on the board. Holds the objectives for an hour and a half.
Yep.
All right. And then the next phase, he fights the battle differently. Go to Battle 2. He says, the hell with it, I'm going for Cindy, the bridge, and I'm going for Nora. The hell with Lori, or whatever. He has a strategy from battle to battle. Okay. He's getting the players to buy in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, we're not going for the bridge? No, dude, I'm sending a sniper team over there. Don't worry about it. I want you to go for Cindy, and I want you to go for the 3 named objectives at the top of the hill. That's bold, number one. Cole the pain, yes. And then go to battle 3. Okay, and now he's like, hey, we're ahead on points. I want you guys to hold on to Rat and Lola. Okay. Yeah, I know. Oh, look, shiny, Justin West. I love that dude. Dude, I got a patch for you, bro. So yeah. So you figure like by battle 3, you figure you want to hold 2 out of the 3, right? So in 3 different battles, you have a commander that can change the way he wants to send his troops into the fight.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still a lot of strategy for the guys in the command post to do. Okay, there's still a lot of strategy at the shooter level to go, shit, dudes, how are we going to get to Rat? I don't know. Should we go for Rat? Maybe we just need to focus on holding them at Rat. I don't know. So there's still a lot of chess to play. Hey, Snick, what's going on, brother?
Snick.
So yeah. The battle flag. Oh, dude, the tactical possum. By the way, each side is going to have their forward command post. A lot of people are going to kind of freak out because their actual talks are going to be in the parking lot, more or less. So hey, I need to see the talk. We'll go find the commander with the tablet and his little battle flag, and hopefully he's not out in the open because that's 5K in points to bring back the battle flag.
The majority of the AO looks very dense as far as foliage goes. Is it? I haven't been there, so I don't know.
I'll tell you, it's hit or miss because it depends on what time of year and stuff too,
Okay.
as far as whether the stuff's dead. But all of it's been able to walk through.
Yeah.
The hill, going up the hill there by I can't read that.
Oh, it's like BP2 and Cindy is a little.
Yeah. It's a little dense
dense
through there. Yeah, through there, and then you got fences you got to cross through, and there are holes in the fences.
Oh, there's so many holes in the fences.
Yep.
The guys spend a lot of time on Friday opening the fence up.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah, we go in there and make sure we have lots of the holes the baling wire. Cut the baling wire open to get the fences open. If people are like, "There's only one way through the gate," brother, you gotta recon. you gotta recon.
Yep.
And then marking it is another one. Does the 6 have to maintain physical possession of the battle flag? Yes, Werewolf. It has to be set up right by him. And then, okay, Cole the Pain. Can you take the forward command post? Yes. What you do is you grab the black flag with the colored square on it. And you grab that flag and you take it back to your commander. So that means you have to know where your forward command post is to get it back to him. If you don't get it back to him before the end of the round, you don't get the 5K in points. But you do get bragging rights. Anyways, how much are those bragging rights worth? 5,000 points. But yeah.
Beowulf.
You can also take no, you don't want to be grabbing the 6, man. You grab the flag. Because in real life, you would kill everybody in a talk and then, steal the intel and take it back. Anyways, the other half is you don't want to be grabbing people in airsoft because that's how people get their ears tore off,
right?
Or dropped on their heads. So, oh yeah, Cole, I am aware of the bragging rights, indeed. So crossbones, I think, is this the new future? Is this the new way forward for you guys? For certain AOs, yes. Imagine if we've done 15 events at GTI. Okay, that's 15 different stonebreakers, 15 different. I think it's weird in Battle Rattle. Oh my god. It's only gay if you're not underway. Anyways, so in this case, going back to GTI and going, how are you guys going to turn it again? Well, I think doing directed operations at GTI would probably be pretty freaking awesome because now we can have you guys fight in some pretty awesome locations because we've seen 15 different events worth of strategy and tactics. this time around, we can go, all right, let's see how they use their vehicles when they try to take this intersection. Let's see what they do when they shove 400 players in the jock to seize 3 objectives. You know, all of a sudden it gets pretty real pretty quick, because you can imagine Sal puts an objective at one side of the jock building, puts another one in the control room, puts one down in the basement, and then puts one objective outside somewhere. 3, 2, 1, go. Both sides are going to clash, and it's just going to be a giant, you know, whatever it looks like. That doesn't mean there's no tactics or no strategy. That just means that one side better figure out how to cut off the other. You know, another thing about crossbows, there's no artillery. There's no air support.
No. Oh.
So it's an all infantry fight. Now, if you guys brought your own, if you got your own mortars, you brought your own tag and launchers, that's different. But higher fires like CAS and air and artillery, they ain't none. So
it sounds like you guys found a great way to what we talked about earlier, like right in the beginning of the stream. Those guys to wrangle the cats and get them more involved versus allowing them to have the I'm not going there, I'm going here mentality. Without forcing anybody, you're more guiding them along,
right.
Which again is that great in between.
Yeah.
That some people need to be guided because I've seen it happen, you know, and I know both of you have seen it happen. Anybody that's been playing long enough, you've seen it happen where somebody's doing one thing and you go, well, come with me for a minute. Let's check this out. And all of a sudden they've kind of been convinced to do it. And they realize, oh, this is a whole nother type of gameplay.
Right.
And
especially the new guys that are new to the Third Coast and they go, oh shit, that's what the objective looks like. Yeah, man. What was the code again? You're like, 11111 22222. You know, and the moment they do that, they realize, holy shit, I'm contributing to my guys.
Yep.
There it is. That was
that locked me in a while ago. Yep.
Yeah.
You made a difference, a notable difference, because you followed the command, you followed the battle plan, you followed something, and all of a sudden, your contribution it expanded out exponentially to the rest of the team.
For example, I can tell you the green guys that are going to be on Objective Rat in Battle 3. Okay. Guys, Battle 3. It's an hour and a half. You guys get there early. Let's say you know, the horn blows and you guys just take off running from your alpha and you ram it all the way up to Rat. Okay. And you're holding Rat. And look where the tan AA is. I mean, it's not as simple as a straight line because there's a couple of barbed wire fences and a lot of nastiness. But, you know, let's say you're at Rat on the 3rd floor of that building. Okay. Well, shit, you guys are going to have one hell of a fight. And you know that you're like, hey, did we put our code in the box? Okay, we did. Cool. And now you're trying to deny the enemy Rat for an hour and a half. Man, that's some epic hallway defense right there.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a great time. Laz. Or if you're at Cindy and you're trying to hold Cindy, either way, west or east, that's going to be a great fight.
Yep.
You know, so, you know, it's like, well, I can't find my leaders. Great. Do you know where the objective is? Yeah. Well, just pick one and go for it. Kind of like the airborne at Normandy, like a bunch of pissed off little paratroopers just going after things. Hey man, just pick one and go. Brad Beaver, fucking Cindy. You know it. That Cindy's going to be a great place. Cindy's going to be a great. The junk cars are still there. It's going to be an even better place. And then, you know, we'll put some cars on fire at the night game. So
nice.
You know. So again, I think this game's got everything. It's got everything for everybody, but it's still missing.
Drones, by the way.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yep.
What I'm tracking is we've talked to the law enforcement in the area because there is an active prison further south, but they have opened up the airspace on the apps. They just get kind of freaked out when they see drones in the air, but they know we're there. They're not going to be Chris. You know, so now getting back to the future things, are all Third Coast games going to be like this? No. Okay. For example, Serious Viking is Serious Viking. It's force on force. Okay, you turn the box on and you let it go. Okay, you know, Stonebreaker still on the fence, depending on how this is, what player feedback is, But most of the longtime Third Coast guys I've talked to about taking this model and putting it at GTI for Stonebreaker, they're like, oh, like,
Yeah.
dude, like, you know, like, yeah, man, you know, but I can't do that at a place like freaking Guardian Center, because Guardian Center is too cool to be out like a.
Yep.
Well, it's not that it's too big. It's
you want, like you said, yes.
You know, I want epic maneuver happening. You know, now looking at I know. All right, Cole of the Pain. Cole, we'll get there. Bring that comment up later. We'll talk about that in about 4 minutes. We'll talk about it. All right. So, you know, going back before Crossbones, we got Starburst, right? It's our love song to Texas. We started in Texas. Starburst was our very first op. We're now on Starburst 14. Pretty crazy. Thanks, Hellspawn Kid. That makes a lot of sense. That's another way to look at it. Meanwhile, freaking Cold Pain's like, Sal, you have 3 minutes and 10 seconds. All right, so Starburst is kind of our love song to Texas because we started here. And we're now at Elijah. We've done Boaz. We've done Boaz and Elijah, that was a huge battlefield. Didn't you come to that one, Weiner?
The Starburst, yeah, we a whole group of us.
That was my first travel game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we kind of went, all right, let's just keep doing Boaz. Boaz was our favorite. And then last year we went and inadvertently signed for Elijah. Didn't realize it. We were like, oh, it's too late now. We only planned on doing Boaz. We only have a cleaning crew for one mount site. So we drove on and did Boaz Starburst back in March. The Marines were like, hey, let's do it again. Fine. This brings us to Starburst 14. And they gave us Elijah. Well, Elijah is a much different battlefield. I just can't believe Texas players are procrastinating so long. Hurry up and get your tickets, guys. Because it's going to be good. Or you can wait till December and play Raider games. I would say get 2 for 1 in 1 year. So jump on board. But Starburst is force on force because that's what players here are going to like.
You're always going to have those games. Nothing's changing permanently across the board.
But there's a twist. Okay. Yeah. I'm leading Western. Mendoza's leading Eastern at Starburst.
Oh.
So.
Shit.
Yeah. So.
Come on, man.
What is this?
To open.
What is this?
4, 5, 6 October. Okay. Brendan Kelly.
Oh,
yes.
Shit.
I can't do it.
Trying to open up a new building. What are you doing to me, man?
No kidding. I want to retire so I can just travel to all these events.
Yeah, no shit.
That's not what
will there be elements of Crossbones at Starburst? Yeah, maybe. We may have each other like we may I want you guys to attack this objective. I want you guys, we may shape it to where it's a good time, because it is about player experience. Mm-hmm. You're getting the players to do what they like to do. So yeah. You already own multicam. I'm not going to be wearing That's the joke. I'm not going to wear multicam. I'm not going to wear multicam. I'm going to be wearing British DPM because I'm going to prove to people that you can get it in big boy sizes. Anyways. So fucking Snick. But going forward, I've never seen Z Monster in green. Bro, really? You need to get out more. I don't know. We'll see what 25 has for us. But Iron Fury, going beyond Viking, because Viking is Viking. Iron Fury, you've seen the map for it. It's pretty awesome. I think you've seen it. Greg has seen it. Weiner hasn't seen it.
I've seen it. You saw me straight face when you said it. I didn't want to.
Hey, hold on, Cole. I'm talking about Iron Fury right now. It's been 4 minutes. So Iron Fury is in North Carolina. Snick did an awesome job today by bringing us the AO. Huge AO. It's got a river on 3 sides of it. It's got we're going to do water insertions, over the beach insertions.
I can, if you want me to. I've got it here.
No, don't do that yet. Don't do that yet.
I like that.
That's the post show.
Guys, it is.
That's for the Patreon. That's for the
Patreon
OnlyFans subscribers.
I'm playing it super cool right now. I was absolutely giddy. I was a girl with a new thong, man, when I saw that. It was fantastic.
Wow. So, you've heard it here first. We're excited to do that one. It's a huge AO. We're trying to do full spectrum operations where it's basically Iron Fury the way it should have been done. You're going to have shut up and take my money for fuck's sakes. Father McGinty may make an appearance. What was Dallas's name? Father something. Anyways, we were all playing priests at the Centurion game. That was our undercover. So we were three Franciscan Padres. But instead of crosses, we had knife hands. Snick found these awesome keychain knife hands. So we'd be like, "Bless you, my son." But we want to have an element of unconventional warfare. So again, this is the reason why you're going to see admin-controlled guerrilla forces at Crossbones. You'll see them again. You'll see them again for sure at Iron Fury, and you'll see them again possibly at Stonebreaker, because we want to start doing a mash of conventional and unconventional. Because if you haven't been looking at what's going on in the real world, Big Army is trying to figure out how to incorporate soft with conventional. Like, how do you get the two to work together? Mm-hmm. And so we've been asked to maybe have a couple of, what do they call those guys? Academics come out and observe. Or at the end of the day, I'm like, the best students of warfare have always been amateurs. But wise man once said, war is too serious of a thing to be left to professionals. But more importantly, if I hear conventional one more time, I got one guy taking shots when I say guerrilla.
Right.
Another guy is about to fucking like throw himself.
Conventional guerrilla warfare. Can we say that?
Can we say that again? Is that full semi-automatic? Anyways, so we're building towards Third Coast towards where it is something for everybody. Because I mean, you have guys that go to other airsoft games and they go, "Man, I had a great time," and you got that one guy sitting in the corner going, "All I do is get shot in the face."
Yep.
It's going to happen, right? Conventional. Lucky did it.
And there's Lucky. That's his intro.
Now you got one guy doing a lot of coke. Anyway, so
and next guy who says it, I'm taking meth. What?
No. Anyways, I'm burning this trailer down, I swear.
Right.
So, but we're building towards that because we've got some people interested in seeing what it looks like, because it's free to them to learn and study off of it. Two, I think players will get we've always wanted the special units to actually be special. For example, talking to Craig White earlier, telling him about Iron Fury, I was like, finally you'll have Task Force Ripper and Royal Rifles earning their anchors, because both of them are the Marine element.
Right.
You'll have SOF and Commandos actually doing SOF and Commando stuff. And then of course you have Darby and you got Airborne running around humping trees and, blowing up porta potties, but neither here nor there.
Let me jump in one real quick. You and I talked about this last night, I think. I talked about it with somebody today. You've just mentioned at least 3 awesome events that are happening within the next 4 months.
Yeah.
And there's going to be guys they're watching this like, shit, I can't go to all those. I can only afford to go to one. The biggest thing about affording going to these things, and the biggest thing for me about airsoft, is make a buddy, right? So if you're going alone, that's fine. Make a buddy while you're there. But at some point, if you're at the level where you're wanting to go to multiple events, you've got friends who are going. The price goes down considerably as you add friends that go. We're going to VFA in a week and a half. Right?
Yep, I'll see you there.
Yeah, see you there.
Airbnb that holds 10 people, like 10 actual sleeping areas. We got a giant house. it works out to be under $100 a person for the whole weekend to stay there. We're taking I got the D tray, the RV that we just got. Gas ends up being like $15 a person. So they're at $110 each for the whole weekend. Add your ticket in. Okay, so you all have to pay for a ticket. But now we're there. Now I'm not saying everybody has access to an RV, but you can all find that way to make that travel together and cut yourself hundreds of dollars off of your trip.
Yeah.
If you really want to play, don't make excuses, find solutions. And that's the easiest one is everybody go buddy up. So sorry, I had to.
No, and I think it kind of goes back to when Third Coast started. That's why previous organization that Weiner used to work with started off as a community hosting games. We started off as a community hosting games, and we went to games. And when we went to games, we went as a community. And the cost of it was significantly lower. Now, granted, I always joked around. Guys were like, "Sal, why are you sleeping on the floor?" I'm like, "Give it to the young man. Put him in the bed." That's just, but that's just
or the couch.
So, the couch. That's the way I was built. Shut up. I have Sam from Junkies chasing me around at one event, going, "I have a bed for you. Sleep in a bed." I'm like, "No, man. You don't understand. Me being here is how I recharge my batteries. This is the best therapy I can think of to come out and spend time with you guys." And he's like, "Please sleep in a bed." I'm like, "No, I'm good. Give my bed to somebody else. I will get a cot. I'll be fine." And then, my phone kept going off. I'm like, okay, so, but you hit the nail on the head, man. Going with a team or a team of teams to share costs and bring costs down. One of the things we're going to try to do with Iron Fury, we were talking about this before the show, is bring the cost down a little bit. Because anybody that came to Series Viking is like, "Damn, Sal, you guys are doing another event." Well, yeah, I know, man. December, January, I got it. So we're very cognizant of that. That's why, Snick hit a huge, he made a huge coup today by getting us that AO. We're going to be able to really blow away the player base, not the Florida player base because they're going to an event down there, but neither here nor there. We try not to step on each other, but it is what it is. Sometimes you can't avoid it. But Chris is like, "Come on, Snick, tell me, lay it on me, man."
Wait, what's the date of Iron Fury?
Oh, dude, that's gonna be it's 17, 18, 19.
February 17th. February.
Yeah. Oh no, January. Sorry.
Oh,
it is January.
Oh, 17, 18. Okay.
Isn't that is?
I think it's Kazi.
Hold on.
And I just
I know.
I know.
Every
17, 18, 19 is
day.
Same weekend.
In my defense, he told me the other weekend, and then he had to move it to the left, and I went, "Dude," because he was trying to get me to command. He was trying to get me to command at that one. I said, "Dude, the weekend you got it, I can't. I got to be somewhere." And I was like, "All right, well, he's got his event that weekend. We can do ours this weekekend." Next thing you know, I'm like, "Oh."
I thought you just said February. I was all excited.
Yeah. No.
It's January. I'm like, "Oh shit."
It's January, so that's gonna crush. It's gonna crush some people's souls. I'm
sorry. Oh yeah. Freddie and I are going to do remote command. Yeah, we're going to do remote command from up in North Carolina.
Which would be. Are you ready for this? That would be kind of cool because we could do. I've got a great sim. It's a map simulator. So we could do this. Like, all right, if the team wins down here, it goes green. If the team wins up here, so we could actually work in. That would be a first for us to do a. And then you have Thunderdome.
Which I just found
which
out.
Is February. Yeah, which is February.
That's February. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just kind of. Yep.
So, I think it would be awesome to do some kind of weird, like hodgepodge world where, if the factions were the same, you could actually color the map different. It'd be like some weird fucked up version of Axis and Allies. But whatever. I don't allow Project Honor camo, so I'm screwed. or Cryptic Typhoon, or what's the other one? I don't know. No, I'm kidding. Multicam Black, whatever. Anyway, so Chris, dude, February, the last Thunderdome, probably likely.
Thunderdome 6.
Yeah, I think CRISPR actually did, not to derail this, but yeah, I think he did verify that's going to be it. That's the last one. So.
Yeah. So what's after Iron Fury in either March, last weekend of March, or mid-April, we're doing Stonebreaker. Fuck, I have to go back. Stonebreaker 14. I don't know. I mean, we're.
It's a Stonebreaker.
It's Stonebreaker.
Stonebreaker.
Yeah. I'll have to go back and look.
March, you guys are coming to the grand opening. That's all I care about. That's it.
Dude, we got to figure. Yeah, I got to figure that out.
If I'm doing all this, I'm still trying to open the place. You guys are.
Yeah. It's okay. Stonebreaker 11.
I'll fly over from the East Coast.
Yeah. I have to go see that because my wife would be like, "We're going to Florida." Yes, wife.
Yeah, right.
Thunderdome 1 was also
funny.
Geez, sir. Yeah. Thanks, Nick. But yeah, so we're definitely doing Stonebreaker in March, and then because of such popular demand that guys have been humping our leg to do. I can't believe this. We're going to try to get our Vietnam on and do another Prairie Fire. I don't know where. I don't know where. I don't. Somewhere in Texas, maybe. I got to go talk to that field because they have one of the best Vietnam fields that I've ever seen, to complete with tunnels. And we did Prairie Fire 1 there. Everybody loved it. I think the staff loved it because we played. So to get folks get their rice hats out. I know Jake DeWeese and some of the Black Knights were swimming in the creek to cool off. I think there's photos of that still out there on the internet. So we're thinking about doing another Prairie Fire. thirdcoastairsoft.com for all the exciting news that is. Again, player feedback was awesome. Kind of listening to the player base is kind of important, Coach really hints on that with the tier 1s. What'd you like? What didn't you like? What do you want to see more of? And then they go, we asked for this, So
they're all twitching as they're done. Yeah.
Yeah. We wanted more pyro and more OPFOR, and like, hey, okay, but no. And then we'll see everybody. We'll see a lot of the player base. We'll definitely see you guys at VFA. Chris, you're absolutely right. Prairie Fire needs to be period uniforms only. We did a pretty good job with that. We're not going to be like the World War II reenactors where we're like, if it's not 100%, it's not allowed. Look, man, I'm not going to be. Yeah. Look, man, go get some tan Dickies and a pith helmet off of Temu. Take all your attachments off of your AK and come on out and get your NVA on. I have a pair of OD greens. Great. Leave the plate carrier at home and rock an M16 with a carry handle, no optics. Bam, you're going to have a blast. And then you're going to get there and you're going to see me running around full on tiger stripes, in a grease gun. You're going to like, damn it. You're going to feel like you should have gotten involved. But again, Snick's like, it is. It's a lot of fun. You see Coach running around with his Tipman, but he's wearing, Viet Cong black and a rice hat. You got Dale running around looking like a Fu Manchu because he put parachute cord guts through his metal face mask. He's like doing the whole like Kill Bill thing. Yeah. And again, great event. It's really a chance for us to get out there and get goofy, watch Chav eat anchovies and fish heads, But it's a chance to get the staff out there and run around with the guys. We just got to find the right AO for it. And I think we'll pull it off because why not? But dudes, I thank you so much for letting us talk about Crossbones.
Oh, no problem at all.
No, I think there was some confusion from some of the people I spoke to. I wanted to, coming on Weiner and I last minute. We're now cast 6, cast 5. So I wanted to kind of do a little, and it felt good being asked to come back. That's actually really cool.
Dude, Chaos 6, Chaos 7. Hey, just letting you know, you're Chaos 5. Excuse me, not 7. Sevens are your first sergeants. Mm-hmm. Unless you're in first cav, then they're 9s. Anyways.
Yep. For me, that's all I knew. Yeah.
Strange. Your 5 element, Chaos 5, right there. He knows this AO. If he's not telling you to start doing squats, burpees, and step ups, step downs, he is setting you up for failure. The whole AO is uphill. No, I would tell you that the guys who have been there easily. What's your favorite part of the AO, Weiner?
Mine was the first structure after you come up through the graveyard up into where Wendy was at, up through there, and yeah, that was my favorite part. But I actually enjoyed when we had the firefights the first time I went through the valley. Came down through the valley and that firefight up into the hills. Yeah. So and that was I remember Justin and I looking at that hill going, we got to go up that, and we did. We both went up that hill. It was awesome. So it's a bunch of everything.
Half of Western decided to defend the beach. The other half said, run. Some guys are like, we crossed that valley easy. And then some of the Eastern players are like, I don't know what you call easy, bro. We fought our way. And then you had Jacks on the hillside launching tag-ins like they were cheap. Shit.
That's I tunnel scene.
Oh yeah, outside the gym area. Yeah, that I didn't get to see much of the gym during Bone Strike 6, but then Bone Crusher 1 and 2, fuck that gym. One of the tier 1s, I got lit the hell up, and then during the day, I was like, let me walk over here and see how things are going. I'm like, God, a lot of action over there, more than I thought. And then to see Rich Cudahy just Baker 6, follow me, and like his entire company followed him.
Wow.
The burning cars.
That's up there in the back. Yep.
Yeah, Snick loves that, dude. He gets those cars burning, and it looks so cool. But yeah, I mean,
he gets that look. He just gets that look.
Yeah, that AO's got something for everybody.
It does. I remember the tunnels, but I've seen them only a few times. I spent most of my time above ground and moving back and forth between structures with controlling objectives.
Yeah. The guys fighting in the Total Excel. Why don't you put an objective down in the tunnel? I'm like, no, the tunnel's it is a pass through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like guys who go to Thunderdome don't realize all the back alleys. Those are pass throughs. It gets you to where you want to be. What if the enemy's there? Don't go there.
Or you take them out.
Take them out.
Grenades.
You'll learn that was it the Mexican restaurant going over to the medical clinic, coming out in Wall Street. Yep. I remember that very clearly.
You can fight all those tunnels. I mean, again, you can have the fight you're looking for if you just go where the fight is. That's the key. Fight.
Yeah.
If you stay back, whether it's at the mall or
wherever.
At GTI, wherever you're at, if you're trying to fight corner to corner and you're lobbing BBs 300 feet and you're not gonna have any fun. You're gonna come away going, well, I mean, it was cool and all, but if you get in the mix and you fight and you kind of train a little and you make sure your gear is good, you actually prep yourself for this, you'll have every more bit of fun. Undoubtedly, you come away with stories. And the one thing to keep in mind, it's airsoft. Don't forget that one piece. It is airsoft. So when you start bitching and moaning, somebody's not calling or hit, shut up. They're not. Yes, they're playing airsoft. That's just what's happening. That's airsoft.
I've heard that phrase when people do stupid shit that they would never do in the real world, and they go, "Dude, it's airsoft." I'm like, young man, if you wouldn't have done it in real life, why did you do it here? Okay, and they kind of it's not a point of shaming, but it's that same guy who takes himself really serious and hold on, nothing like guarding 26 barrels by yourself. That is spicy. That's really spicy.
I was part of that.
So guys who take it as serious as possible, and I'd like to say that me and my guys, when we run at events, Centurion, what have you, we take it pretty seriously. Rarely is it ever, all right, guys, we're going to have to do some dumb airsoft shit. And it's like, no, you rarely ever hear me say that. I might say, well, that ended like we thought it might have ended up like. That was some dumb airsoft shit. But moreover, to me, it's one of those few times where you get to do a two-way range, and no one's becoming an SGLI beneficiary. Nobody's getting buried at Arlington. Yes, but then that's how I take it, right? And some guys like to run with me because, I'm seeing it through that lens, and I make some decisions that makes sense. Or hey, we can't move down the street. Prime example, Thunderdome. hey, is he really? Oh my God, there he goes. Is that a sledgehammer?
I didn't know where you're going with it.
Quick, follow him. And everybody's following you into Sears. Snap-on tools must be, there must be a sale on Snap-on tools. Follow him. But yeah, all the Muldoons online. But Snick, how many times have we done the classic Muldoon push? Hey, let's get everybody online. I want 30 Muldoons all online. Let's go. Yep. And next thing you know, we're standing on the X going, I can't believe that fucking worked.
Sometimes you got to take it, and who dares wins. That's really what it is. Yeah. Who dares wins.
And so I think that's how I take it. And I don't want to design games. I don't work with, like, me and Snick don't rack our brains. Me, Snick, Mendoza, the guys that are on the design team. And we go, all right, we're not designing airsoft games. We're placing objectives with tactical thinking in mind. More of this, less of this, because you're not going to seize the objective if you're just doing this. You're not going to hold the objective if you're just squeezing triggers, bending the nail, whatever you want to call it. So when you look at the Crossbones map and you look at the battles and you go, all right, man, I'm going to take this damn thing. How am I going to hold it? Chris, when you say follow me and 20 yards later, you realize you're all alone.
You have no idea. Well, you do have some idea. I have more idea than that than I should know.
That's when you go. That's when you use that thing going airsoft.
Right. 100%. Or you're
when I get congratulated. Yeah, when I get congratulated more by the enemy than my own guys because they go, "Good job," and nobody followed you.
Hence the creation of the TCA black patch. When you go over there and go, brother, you did great. This is Coach. Brother, you did great. Nobody followed you, but I'm going to give you a patch. Or man, you just got shot in the dick. Yep, I'm on the ground. Here's a patch, bro. Good job. He's like all right. But I think there's something to be said about having those great moments and designing those great moments. And when you look at how we build our games, we're really focused on giving people a tactical problem set. Travis Haley said it. Some other great guys said it. Combat's a thinking man's game. So approaching it with that mindset of, hey, are you engaging your brain as much as you are your trigger? I need one of those ropes that lead groups of children with. That's fucked up. Cole Payne's on fire, ladies and gentlemen.
That might work, actually. I might need to invest in one of those. Of course, I look like one of the children on the line, but
but they'll follow you, Pied Piper. Many years ago, I went to an airsoft game in South Carolina at a place called Air Dog, and they did a helicopter insertion. And what was neat was they gave a long string of rope, and everybody had to hold on to the rope. And that the admin basically brought the rope, brought you across the field. As long as you had your hand on the rope, you couldn't be shot. And then all of a sudden, guys start letting go of the rope and getting put into play. And that was an air insertion.
That's pretty cool. It
was a pretty neat idea, because you can, next thing you know, they're putting like 40 guys on this tiny little shoelace. And I'm like, that's not how this works. But I loved it because I was like, where'd you guys get that idea? He goes, I took the kids on a field trip. I'm like, kids? Yeah, like a bunch of 5-year-olds. I was like, wow, man.
What a perfect analogy.
Wow. I was like, you just reminded me of that. I was like, Air Dog. We miss them. But yeah, tickets are still on sale. There's still plenty of tickets to be had for Crossbones. I think there's even tier 1s. Let me check. That was the one thing Coach said. If you are a player by yourself and you're a tan player and there's only green platoon tickets for tier 1 and you're running by yourself, just get a green platoon ticket. You're not going to have a bad time.
Yep.
We don't do force on force in tier 1s. We tried that once, never again.
If you're running by yourself, guys, if you're wanting to go to something, none of your buddies can go. Don't let that necessarily be a deterrent. I've made best friends at these events. Who I see once or twice a year. These are that don't necessarily. You will be taken under a wing. You will be joined into a crew immediately.
Yeah,
it's not one of those things. And this is
wow.
This is something different. This is actually going to be great.
So for tier 1s, because we just got a message, there's plenty of gold platoon tickets left for tier 1. green platoon, there's 1 ticket left. So if you were green platoon, if you're an Eastern guy and you want to do tier 1, you want to roll some Eastern guys, there's 1 ticket left. Gold platoon, there's plenty of tickets to get in there. I know Coach has some crazy ideas about the tier 1 because it's different every single time. I don't know how he does it, but yeah, he's all in. Made some great enemies too. Yes, it is force on force. Lucky it's not green versus tan. It's JTF versus Op4. Yeah. So plenty of tickets still left for Crossbones. If you're in the Texas area and you're watching this, or in the Louisiana area, or the Oklahoma area, or the New Mexico area, Arkansas, we love you too. Starburst is happening at the beginning of October. Plenty of tickets. Get in there. It's Elijah Mount site, for God's sakes. One of the coolest AOs I've ever seen. You won't see one like that unless you went to Camp Shelby, and we all know that those days are gone. So get your gun on. Support the Marine Corps Reserve Birthday Ball Fund, so that way they can get drunk, celebrate the Marine Corps holiday because of Airsoft. So, dudes, I will tell you, I am upset and depressed that I missed Thunderdome. Damn my knee.
Yeah.
So
you'll get healed up and you get to go to 6.
Yeah. Well, I'll be at VFA, so
We'll see you there.
We'll have a good time at VFA.
By the way, there's a hurricane getting ready to go through there.
Yeah.
It'll just make it more entertaining when we hurricane. Come on,
the snakes will be alive.
Yeah. Who's going to carry the boats, bro?
That's right.
Cole Payne. Hey, great question. Recondo. A lot of people don't realize that players created a whole new unit in Eastern called Recondo. And it was a specialty reconnaissance outfit that the players went for and developed. It was like, wow, players are going to develop this. Cool. Believe it or not, Western has created their own. And Iron Fury will see the first tickets ever sold for Recondo and Omega.
Oh, wow. That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, so that was completely created by players. Now they have to have there's going to be password protected, because these are players that are going to do exactly what their commander tells them to do. And the guys in Recondo do great work. I was laughing when you see guys like get a bag, like a trash bag, and cover themselves up and act like a bag of trash, just to flip a damn objective. Yeah, that's these guys.
That's awesome.
Cole, you guys have done. No shit. Imitation is the most serious form of flattery. I needed Western to develop their own, so that way you guys could have a counterpart. So, very, very small element that's going to be a lot of fun. Strategic reconnaissance the whole way.
Nice.
Guys, if you don't have your ticket already, and maybe I'm biased to the travel because everywhere is far from where I live. Because
you live in Florida, yes.
I'm in the
southwest side of Florida.
There's no left-right travel for me at all. It's all up and then over. So I'm a little, when you say I got it, it's so far. Stop. To drive out of Florida takes me 7 hours just to get out of my state. So start there. It's not fair.
That's some Texas level shit,
right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
If you don't have the ticket but you want to go, don't let anything set. This is going to be an absolutely amazing event.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
crazy. The stories, I guarantee, the stories coming out of this thing are going to be. We're going to talk about it for the remainder of the year, and then some. I told you months ago I wanted to. I think I actually, when you first announced it, I was like, let me look and see if I can do it. I got so much going on. I wasn't sure. And damn it, if Werewolf was like, hey man, we'd love it. I was like, son of a bitch.
You had to swing some child labor laws. Keep painting the walls. I'm going to play Airsoft.
and I was on the fence until Greg called me.
I think I got Weiner in trouble because he was supposed to do some other stuff. That's okay. He's all right. But it's going to be without a doubt it's going to be worth it. And I really hope guys just something happens and the switch flips in their brain and go, I don't know what I'm thinking about. Let's go. Because it's absolutely, it's not an expensive ticket. It's It's not a $230 ticket. It's not a crazy expensive ticket.
No.
The location is not. I mean, it's not that far. Depending where you come from, it's not that far from pretty much anywhere. It looks to be like it's going to be a fantastic game.
Yeah.
The new style. If you're just joining in now, go back. You can watch it again, and we talked in depth about the what and the why the new format is, and it's just a wonderful, amazing idea. I think it brings us all closer. It brings those that want to get to that middle ground even more so.
Yeah,
I think it's good. So thank you very much, Sal, for doing this.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out and talking about it. I hope we've changed some hearts and minds. I mean, I'll see you in a week and a couple of days.
Yeah.
Too. Guys, some of you guys here will see you then as well. So you got anything left you want to throw out there?
To Brendan Kelly, yes, driving to Copperhead was definitely several European countries long. I missed two good games. I missed Thunderdome and Copperhead. I've been to Copperhead twice. I've missed two Thunderdomes now. I'm upset about that. But yeah, I love getting down and playing with the boys. I'm looking forward to that next weekend. I got to go find all my airsoft gear. I have a lot of I have my staff kit, but I don't have any player kit. So yeah, it'll be a good time to see folks. Come by the TCA tent. We'll be located right next to Junkies next weekend at the VFA game. Hydrate. It is Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be supporting an amazing organization that VFA is, one that's very near and dear to my heart. But yeah, it'd be great to see everybody. Stop by, say hi, and get a patch. Yeah, guys, thanks for having me on tonight. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Winnie, you got anything?
No, damn, the only thing I got coming up, next weekend. If you're in the New York, Warwick area, I'll be at CO and at Operation.
That's right.
Yeah, Operation. What the heck's it called now? Good
Yellow Dog.
Yellow Dog. Operation Yellow Dog Incident. We'll actually have infected a zombie game type thing. So I'll be up there, CO in the tan side. Come on up. If you're, like I said, in that area, Warwick, New York, look up at the Hudson Sports Complex in Warwick, New York. Got that event going on, and then of course I'll see you all back at Battle of Six Flags.
The well-traveled man.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I need to be retired now. Too bad I still love my job. I probably would have been retired already. And I like the paychecks too. So
yeah.
Now, any of you that are going to be going to any of these games, if you don't have it ready, get yourself a D-Hop. It's a game changer for you. Sal, you still owe me a number.
All right, I might drop a gun off next weekend.
Listen, just hand it off. I'll take it from you.
All right,
we'll get you squared away.
Got to get that D-Hop, man.
Yes.
I got both my MTWs have it in there, and it's awesome. And they're working good.
Yeah, we'll get y'all taken care of, guys. If you're going if you're going up to Warwick, if you're going to Six Flags, if you any of these events, we'll see you all there. Come by, say hi. We'll talk to y'all. Crossbones is the big one coming up for us as well. Six Flags. I'm going to be an idiot out there, so if you want to come see it even bigger than I was at Thunderdome, definitely come to this one. This is the best idiocy I've done so far.
He's wearing platforms.
Definitely come for this one. You act like I don't own a pair, so stop.
We're fishing them. Yeah.
All right, boys. Everybody, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you. Yes,
we
definitely
appreciate it, and we'll see everybody later. Be good.
Take care. Nope. Squirrel.
Oops. Squirrelies. No, you don't get to do that on this one. You don't get to do that on this one. No, we're still live. Don't do that on this one.
I know. I did it too late. I already did it.